Hi, and welcome again to another edition of Market Analysis for today, January 7th of 2025. I'm Giovanni Benacour. This is a recording done by Vantage Markets about 40 minutes prior to the USA session open. All right, so we saw yesterday that the market had hit a nice momentum to the upside, a rally to the upside, continuing that trajectory that was shown from previous year. Today, we're seeing the markets just doing a little bit of retracement in the indices. That could just be profit taking, okay? Better positioning for obviously day traders across the globe, and especially coming into the USA Open. So therefore, yesterday's levels are gonna still remain the same, since none of them were really violated nor broken. So therefore, we are anticipating perhaps a continuation of that move to the upside. Now, there's a lot of scenarios going around, waiting for more things to come out. News from NVIDIA coming out with their new PC chips that could probably boost the NASDAQ to the upside. So the 20-day moving average is going to be acting as a dynamic level of support, which it sits right below the market fluctuation. So I'm going to speculate that today we're going to revisit yesterday's high and see if we'll be getting closer to that 22,000 psychological resistance level. Now, as far as for the S&P 500, yesterday also had that nice momentum to the upside. It didn't quite reach our level of resistance, so we're gonna keep the same levels as for support and resistance. The 20-day moving day average within the Bollinger Band has acted as that level of support, and the market rebounded from there. Okay, it did penetrate it, and then it rebounded. So the S&P is looking better than the NASDAQ. So as the market opens, I'm going to also speculate that we will be revisiting yesterday's high. So going long on that scenario. As far as the Dow is concerned, well, it basically finished the day flat. It did fluctuate to the upside, but then quickly it retreated, but it did close in the red. But however, today we are looking at a green day so far. The 20-day moving average sits above the market, so it's going to act as a dynamic resistance. So first of all, I'm going to speculate that as the market does continues to, when the market opens, it'll build up that momentum to the upside, and it'll find some resistance around that level, which makes it, which is basically where the yesterday's high is. The RSI is below that 50 marker, but it is creeping up. So let's see how much higher will it go. Then crude oil yesterday did just what we were anticipating, fluctuating to the upside. A lot of the movement in the morning was helped from news rolling over from the Chinese PMI coming in better than expected. And that brought them at a nice rally to the upside, but quickly it retreated as news coming out from Venezuela imports into the U.S. It doubled, it jumped, and that obviously brought in skepticism that their crude oil is entering the U.S. So it did damp some of that movement, and it actually made the asset close in the red. Today, we're seeing a recuperation of that movement to the downside. So can we anticipate a continuation of that movement? Yeah, I will assume so. And so therefore, yesterday's high is going to be our first level of resistance, and I'm going to move my second one to right below that 76 psychological marker. Then we have here the support levels are going to remain the same. So again, demand is there. So I'm looking for $76 is where the market most likely will be coming to. Then we have Nat Gas that yesterday did have a nice move to the upside, even though it had opened with a gap down. But today we are also opening with a small gap down, but it continued to move to downwards. So therefore, I'm going to just move my first level of support to that low, which is matching the 20-day moving average. I'm going to leave the same level of resistance, and that same level of that second level of resistance as high. So right now we could probably just be taking a little bit of money off the table. Look, the demand for Nat Gas is going to be there anyhow. So this is just probably a retracement, a small correction. Then gold has rallied to the upside after yesterday just really tanking, but it quickly recovered. It didn't close in the green. Actually, it closed in the red, but it did move today the needle. So therefore, that 2650 has been broken. So let's just move our level to 2690, and the first one, 2680. I mean, we could put 2670 initially, and then 2690 as our second one. The level of support we're going to use. Let's use this level right here, 2625, and the second one, let's just use the 50-day moving average. But I doubt it's going to if it's going to move that low. It's going to continue to continue to move higher. So stay going long, going with the momentum. Silver is creeping up. That 50-day moving average hasn't been really violated, so I'm going to hold it and looking for $31. So just leave that. I'm going to move up my level of support to yesterday's low, and then the second one to this level right here, which is giving me a nice level of support. Then copper. Let's take a look at copper. Copper is on a nice rally to the upside. That 50-day moving average it's gonna stay as is. So let's just make that target for today. That's that 50-day moving average as our target. So going long. Bitcoin finally moved to the upside yesterday. All right, so we're gonna leave the same levels. The upper band. Remember I told you about that, the pinching, how the squeeze of the bands is going to show us a breakout, and that happened. So let's still leave our levels as they are. Level support is going to be the same. So right now, this is just a nice little retracement that we could probably just anticipate another move. Let's see if 100,000 will hold as a psychological level of support. The currencies, well, the euro had made a nice move to the upside yesterday. Again, now our levels have been touched, so I'm going to leave them as is. This 20-day moving average is acting as a nice level of resistance within the euro. So let's see if the euro will finally be able to close today above 104, the other target. So let's stay long. Then the pound. Let's take a look at the pound. The pound also moving higher. I am going to bring that level of resistance to that 20-day moving average. I'm going to leave the same one as there and the same level of support. So it's keeping up higher, and that will continue as we see if the dollar index continues to lose momentum and retraces. So let's see if that will be the case for today. If it does continue to move lower, we'll see a nice spike on metals, currencies. That's it for today. Have a great trading day. See you tomorrow.